Right, I want to talk to you about this Honda RoadSync app that links up your phone to the dashboard of quite a lot of new Hondas, including my X-adv. And what's it all about? Who's it for? I've tried it. Would I recommend it? And what could be improved? So what it is, quite simply, let me just grab my phone, is what it is this little app here which you can download on any phone, Apple or Android, and what it allows you to do is basically link up to your bike. And I've tried to video that process, and to be honest with you, it's so easy to do that it almost doesn't really make a good video. Essentially, you upload the little app to your phone, you turn your bike on, you press sync, you run through some things, you sync it up, and that is basically it. You're ready to go. Now, the way it's going to work going forward is as follows. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Right, so please excuse my incredibly dirty bike. I've just got back from riding in England and it was raining over there, so I got covered in schmuck. So turn the bike on, and what happens is the bike instantly starts trying to communicate with your phone. So there you go, it's now linked, and it even gives voice prompts. So this is just a little safety warning. It says don't do all the things you're going to do, essentially accept that. Then you're into this is the app on the phone for the Honda. So these are the things you can do. You can use it as a satellite navigation, you can make calls, sort of receive and send messages and listen to music, and you can control that through this button over here on the Xadv. I'm sure most of the bikes are similar. So in reality, the navigation is just this little piece up here on the screen, and the way I use it is to just go into Google Maps, and for example, I'll just take myself home, I'll press start, and it's now
south toward Julianastrad, then turn left onto Julianastrad.
It's now navigating. Now the problem is that I found is that this little bit of information up here, it's very limited, so it's literally just going to tell you basically what road you're on. So how do I get out of that? So there you go, it just shows you what road you're on, or what it is, the road you're going to be on, which no one ever knows a road name or number anyway. And then it's just going to tell you to go straight on, left or right, and how many meters. So that's the first problem, is that actually the amount of information is pretty limited. The second problem is that there seems to be a bit of a lag, certainly on my bike, of about 100 meters. So when you're looking at your navigation system on your phone, let's say, for example, I've now mounted this on my handlebar, he says, and I can look at the screen here. What will happen is this will be very accurate on your phone, but actually this isn't. It's about 100 meters out. So if you, for example, had your phone switched off, like so, and you were relying entirely on that bit on there, you would be in a bit of a problem. Where the app redeems itself, I suspect, is going to be when you add in a comms system, which I've not got at the moment. And the reason I say that is because then all of the stuff you would hear on your phone is then in your comms. So for example, if you've used Google Maps before, you'll know it will say in 500 meters you need to take the second lane from the right, for example, and then it will count you down, and then you can then have a much clearer idea of where you need to go, especially when you start talking about complicated junctions where there might be 5 exits to a roundabout, or there might be 2 or 3 off ramps in succession very close to each other on a motorway. So I think that this app does have relative limitations if you're not using it with a comms system. That said, I just went to England with it, and what I ended up doing was, so you start the bike up, let's do it again, you start the bike up, it's already linked, so there you go. Usually when you start the bike up, it re-asks you to agree, there it is. So it's going to re-ask me to agree to that, which I now have. And then if I turn the phone off and on again, you come back to this screen. But if I go to my Google Maps and I turn the phone off and on again, it'll bring me back to the map. So that's a feature certainly on the Samsungs. And what I found is that when I ride along, I turn my phone off like so, and I'm going to use the basic information up on the dashboard. And then when it gets a bit complicated, I can just tap that on and it always brings you to the map, which means that I can then use the Google Maps app on my phone to guide me through the tricky bits. So that's how I've been using it without a comms at the moment. So who's it for? I suppose it's for anybody that doesn't have a separate sat-nav and or wants to use their phone. Is it any good? Yes, it is to a point, but as I say, I'm finding it's a bit of a lag. So if you are in a rush to get to a meeting and you need to get to a very specific place you've never been to before, I think you use a sat-nav or use your phone on as demonstrated. That said, because I haven't used it with a comms system, I don't really think I've got its full potential, because what you can still do is if I go press down, I can make a call, I can receive and send a message, and I can listen to music. And of course those 3 functions are basically useless without a comms system, because it's going to prompt you to make a voice search. So it wants you to talk to it. So let's say I wanted to call my wife, I'd have to say call wife or something like that. So at the moment, as I say, the features are pretty limited to what you can do without having a intercom. So again, this is a piece of software that requires you to have a phone, which obviously is quite expensive, and an intercom, which is quite expensive, and it needs you to have a phone and an intercom that will all connect with it. And I don't know how many do and how many don't, but I suspect all of the leading market branded stuff will. So ultimately, is it useful to me? Yes, but only in conjunction with my phone. And would I recommend it in this guise? If you've already got your phone on the dash, this is basically pointless, because you can just have your phone on. The only thing I will say is I decided to run this without charging the phone, and because I could have the screen off, I managed to do a 7.5 hour day riding, and I had about 46% of my battery left on the phone without having to charge it through the day, and only using the phone occasionally to check exactly where I needed to go, or maybe I was checking my emails or just scrolling through. I was on the train, for example, for 35 minutes, and I probably used the phone for 10 or 15 minutes at least at that time. So to only use a little bit over half of the battery in a whole day on my phone, whilst still being able to see a navigation, was obviously very beneficial. That said, I have had a number of people saying, just put your phone underneath the seat, charge it up, and then you can use this system, which I think would be perfect if I had a comms system and I could actually control it a little bit better. So there you go. That is my sort of first views of the Honda what's it called, the RoadSync, yeah, the Honda RoadSync app. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second part to this where I introduce the comms unit to it and then decide further whether I really think that this is a good system or not. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh, that's going to be funny. So hopefully this is going to be a little video about the Honda Connect app, which is part of the most modern Hondas now, where you can link your mobile phone to the dashboard. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I have done absolutely no research on this whatsoever. All I've done is I've uploaded the app to my phone and I started watching a video on it, but it was so boring I gave up. So let's have a little look and see if I can make it even slightly more interesting than the video I couldn't be bothered to watch. So let's go. So first things first, let's get a second camera on the roll. So the first thing we're going to do is turn the bike on. Right, she's on. Now I'm going to use my little controller lever and go into the menus and down. Try and get an angle where it's not all just reflection. Right, go down to the settings and find Bluetooth pairing. So there it is, Bluetooth pairing, and you want to press OK. Right, so first of all, let's get my phone and we will find RoadSync app, Bluetooth connection, prepare the following 2 items. Honda RoadSync app, RoadSync supported motorcycle, which we have, Honda Xadv 750, the 2025 model. Headset or other audio device optional, so we haven't got one of those, so we're only going to go with the bike. Next, connect to motorcycle. First, the motorcycle will be connected to the smartphone through Bluetooth. Next, launch motorcycle setup. Find my bike, which is there. Next, choose a model year, 25 and newer. Configure Bluetooth settings on the motorcycle side. Reset Bluetooth on the motorcycle side and prepare for pairing. Okay, so we've got to that menu and I'm going to hold the right hand button and it says proceeding. Okay, right, so it says proceeding, and the next thing to do is to go back to my phone and press start pairing. Wait for the noisy tractor to go by. Forever. Right, it's gone. Right, there you go. So that's the next step, was we're going to choose that. And at the moment, I think I took too long. Right. Pain in the ass. Right, so we go back to that. We're going to go to Bluetooth pairing reset. Now we're going to hold the right hand, this side, down for a long period of time. So about 2 seconds it says. Now it says proceeding. Now we take the phone and press start pairing. Click the bike. And it says pairing here and finished there. Connected. So finished, next. Okay, yeah. Go to Bluetooth settings screen because I don't have a headset. this one. Oh, this one on. Connected. And then I guess we just press that for finished, or go back. Go back, go back. Ah, I've got a little Bluetooth sign up on the screen now. So I'm assuming we're connected. So the next thing to do is work out how you use this app, I guess. So we go into there, go into that. Now what? Next. All notifications will be sent. Permissions, next. Send notifications, yeah, why not? Grant notification. Grant notification access to other apps. This permission is required across board before you can use core features such as navigation, calls, messages, and music. So next, allow. Start a tutorial. Welcome to your Honda RoadSync tutorial. We will now show you how to control Honda RoadSync with the directional pad on your handlebar. And there it is. Start. This is your vehicle display. Default mode. It contains all relevant information and functions for your motorcycle. When the Honda RoadSync app is paired to your motorcycle, the vehicle display will change from default mode to Honda RoadSync mode. Next. To move up and down in Honda RoadSync mode, short press the up and down buttons. To make a selection in Honda RoadSync mode, short push right. This will move you into the next screen. To go back, short push left. This will take you back to the previous screen. To return to the main menu, long push left. To mute sound, long press down. And to reverse that is again. To access your display's functions in default mode, long push right. To change back to Honda's RoadSync mode, long push left. Finished.
Main menu.
Safety warning. Blah de blah de blah, I accept. Navigation. So, we have some kind of navigation menu now on our dashboard. Look at that. So how does this work? Navigation. Call, message, music, volume. So navigation, let's tap that.
Press right to start place search.
What if I just want to do a normal search? So let's put in a shop name. Gamma, which is a Hummer. And there it is. Start navigation. Loading on the dashboard.
Navigation. Head south toward Julianastrad, then turn right onto Julianastrad.
So interestingly, that has now started the
Head north.
Google Maps. So that's running off of Google Maps there, look, you can see. And on the top of my phone, I've got the little icon up there. So I've just recently bought this quad lock so that I can mount my phone up on the dash. And I was a bit worried that, because I haven't got any way to power the phone, so I suppose I can now close my phone and add the phone to the dash as I was going to. And it's still talking to my dash without using my screen, which means I haven't got to constantly charge my phone up. So maybe this is going to be really good. And the best thing about it is that I've got a little short tour happening in about a week where I'm going to pop to the UK. And from there, it means I can really test this out. So there we go. So this, I guess, is going to be the first half of the video. And the second half of the video is going to be me actually trying to navigate with the dashboard like that. So that's very interesting. So I'm very glad that server, well, how do you say this? At Serverch, S-E-R-V-E-R-C-H, however you say that. I'm very glad you asked me about this app, because I've got to be honest with you, I really didn't give it any thought. But now that I've seen it, I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to work out. So thanks for that. So I hope you can hear me okay. Just a little ending part of this video, and here you can see that my battery percentage is at 43%. So with a mixture of having the phone on in the background and this running on the screen, I've managed to conserve the battery on the phone. I've been riding for, well, I'm guessing about 7 or 8 hours today. So there you go. I think between the RoadSync app for Honda and the Google Maps, it is possible to not even worry about bringing a phone charger. So there you go.